Welcome to the viewers for the lecture in the subject structural analysis. So, in the last few lectures, we have been discussing about matrix stiffness method, and we are dealing with the system approach or direct approach, or in other words, we are following direct stiffness method, right. Now, in the last class, in the last lecture, lecture number 126, we have done a problem on a pin jointed truss. Now, in this lecture, we will take up one more problem on the analysis of pin jointed trusses by direct stiffness method. So, this is lecture number 127, right. So, we will directly go into the problem because already we have introduced the method and also we have done a problem. So, this is the problem that we are going to deal now. The question is, analyze the pin jointed truss shown in figure by the direct stiffness method, and no other data is given or available. So, actually sometimes they will give the area of the cross section of members and also Young's modulus of members. Now, they are not given, so that will get cancelled actually, right. So, AE is not given in the problem, right. Now, so this is of dimensions 9 meters by 6 meters. So, a truss, and here the joints A, B and C are hinged. A hinged joint is position fixed. So, suppose you take joint A because it is hinged cannot undergo horizontal displacement, cannot undergo vertical displacement. Therefore, joints A, B and C are position fixed, right. Now, only joint D is free to undergo displacement, right. So, therefore, there will be a horizontal displacement at D, there will be a vertical displacement at D, right. Therefore, the kinematic indeterminacy equal to 2. The number of possible joint displacement is only 2, only at the joint D, right. And therefore, the size of the stiffness matrix will be 2 by 2, because possible displacements are 2, our kinematic indeterminacy is 2, therefore, the size of the stiffness matrix is 2 by 2, right. How to analyze the truss? So, we know that the equilibrium equation is K into U equal to minus F is the equilibrium equation. And of course, in this problem, the right hand side is known. Right hand side actually F equal to this is x axis. We have chosen the origin at the point D. At this point, we have this is x axis and this is y axis. Y axis at the point D. So, along the x axis, there is a force in the opposite direction. So, x is positive towards right. Therefore, the force is towards left. Similarly, y axis is like this. The force is in the downward direction, 60. So, along x it is minus 40, along x this is minus 40, and along y it is minus 60. So, that is about the force vector. Right hand side force vector is directly available. Now, we have to derive the stiffness matrix, find out the unknown displacements, and from the displacements you have to get the member forces. That is the procedure, right. For getting the stiffness matrix, we know there are equations Kii equal to sigma Ae by L into cos square theta, Kjj is sigma Ae by L into sin square theta, and Kij equal to sigma Ae by L cos theta sin theta. Right. Now, we know from these three formulas, we know what are the columns that are required. So, the columns need not be remembered, need not be by hearted, because this formula will give you the idea. If areas are different, we have to provide a separate column for A. If Young's modulus is different, we have to open out a separate column for E. Otherwise, if they are common, we can incorporate these things at the end of the calculations. Similarly, L is different here, consists of vertical members and horizontal members and also inclined members. Therefore, L is different. Sometimes, to simplify the calculation, they will give you AE by L is same for all members. They will give the AE by L is same for all members. That means we need not open column for L also, because AE by L, if it is common, you can deal it at the end, not at the beginning. Right. So here we have to, so for this will not require any column, this will require a column. So we have to find out the values of theta. Theta will require one column. Then cos theta will require one column. Sin theta will require one column. And other things we can calculate. Now before proceeding, so these are all the joints A, B and C are the joints which will not undergo any displacement, because both sides it is hinged, and both sides the displacements are arrested. Therefore, the members AB, AD and AC will not carry any force. They will not carry any force. Therefore, when the displacements are 0 in the members AB, AC and AD, we need not bother about the calculations for those members, because the calculations for those members will be of no use. Displacement A is 0, displacement Z is 0, therefore member AC will not undergo any displacement, therefore member AC will not carry any force also. Similarly, AB and also AD, they will not undergo displacement, they will not carry any force. Right. Only members DB, DC and DA will undergo displacement. They will carry the force. Therefore, it is enough if we do the calculations only for the members DB, DA and DC. Other three members, we need not do the calculations. First, we have to simplify the problem. Right. Then, we have chosen origin here. D is chosen as the origin. So, we have to find out the value. So, for the member, if this is the x-axis, for the member B, DB, the angle is 180 degrees. The angle is from the origin, this is 180 degrees. And for this, we have to find out the value. This value equal to, if this is considered as theta, opposite side is 6 meters, adjacent side is 9 meters. So, 6 by 9 equal to tan theta. So, tan theta equal to 6 by 9. So, from this theta equal to 33.69 degrees. 33.69 degrees. Therefore, the angle to the member DA will be from the origin, from here, it is 180 plus 33, namely 213.69. 213.69. And for the member DC, from here it is 270 degrees. 270 degrees. Therefore, since these joints will not undergo any displacement, we have taken this as the origin. Point D as the origin. So, from D we have measured the angles theta. So, these basic calculations are to be clearly understood. One more point, coming to the lengths of members, AC 9 meters, this is 6 meters. Coming to the diagonal members, namely BC and AD, it is BC equal to AD equal to root of 6 square plus 9 square equal to 10.817. So, we have to be ready with all these basic values. Then the tabulation will be easier. So coming to the calculations, serial number, member, lengths are different, therefore L meters. Then we require theta values for different members in degrees, theta degrees. Then, so L we have opened a column, theta we have opened a column. Then cos theta, one column, cos theta. Then sin theta. Next is sin theta, cos theta, sin theta. Other things we will continue. We will first write down the values. So here for this also we can open out a column, AE by L, AE by L, cos square theta, AE by L, sin square theta. For this it is AE by L, AE by L, cos theta, sin theta. For want of space, I have written below cos theta, sin theta. Right. That's about the columns. We take member serial number 1, 2 and 3. So that's about the tabulation. For member, we will take it from DB. So we will take members DB, DA and DC. These are the members we are going to deal with. So DB, next is DA and DC. For DB, the angle is 180 degrees. From x-axis, it is 180 degrees. So for DB, the angle is 180 degrees. Degrees has been mentioned at the top. 213.69, 213.69 and 270 degrees from x-axis. Right. Lengths of members DB, horizontal member 9 meters. For DA, it is diagonal member whose length is 10.817. 10.817. And DC is the vertical member, so 6 meters. So that's about the data. So hereafter only calculations. So cos 180 is minus 1. Cos 213.69 is minus 0.832. 832, and cos 270 is 0. 0, right. And cos means sin 180 is 0. Sin 213.69 is minus 0.555, and this is minus 1. Minus 1. Only calculations. Then AE by L, AE is common, therefore we are going to write the value in terms of AE, into cos square theta by L. Cos square theta by L, cos theta is minus 1, so cos square theta is 1 by 9, 1 by 9, minus 1 whole square by 9. So 1 by 9 equal to 0.111 equal to 0.1111 AE. 1 by 9, minus 1 whole square by 9, cos square theta by L. Similarly, this is cos theta minus 0.832, so minus 0.832 square by L. L equal to 10.817. So cos square theta by L. That value equal to 0.064. 0.064 AE. 0.64. So here also it is 0. Cos theta is 0. Therefore, cos square by 6 is going to be 0. So this value is 0 because cos theta is 0. Now next column, sin square theta. So for the first member, sin theta is 0. Therefore, this is automatically 0. And here it is minus 0.555 whole square, sin square theta, minus 0.555 whole square by the length is 10.817. So that value equal to 0.0285, 0.0285 AE, 0.0285 AE. And similarly, this value minus 1 whole square by 6 will be 0.1667, 0.1667 AE. And similarly, the calculation for sin theta, cos theta. So sin theta, cos theta, this into this will become 0. Therefore, the first value is 0. Sin theta into cos theta. Similarly, in the third row also, 0 into minus 1. Cos theta 0, sin theta minus 1. Therefore, this value also will be 0. Only this. This is minus, multiply these two by 10.817. That is, that value equal to 0.0427, 0.0427 AE. Not 427 AE. That's all. So we have to find out the sum. Sum equal to 0.1751, 0.1751 AE. This is 0.1952 AE. Here there is only one value, therefore 0.0427 AE. 0.0427 AE. Right, that's about the tabulation. Now, K values we can straight away write it. The K matrix will be will be 2 by 2. In all the cases, AE is same. AE is same. AE is same. Therefore, AE we can take it outside into, we know K11 equal to sigma AE by L into cos square theta. So, this is K11. This is actually K11. Sigma AE by L into cos square theta. Therefore, this is 0.1751. Right. And this is sin square theta. This is K22. K22 equal to sigma AE by L into sin square theta. Therefore, this is 0.1952. And of course, this is Kij. This is Kij. K12 or K21 will be 0.0427. Therefore, this is 0.0427. This is also 0.0427. So, this is our K matrix. K matrix. Now, we know K into U equal to minus F. Therefore, we know the equilibrium equation. This will rub off. I think we can rub off all these values. So, when it is only one joint, we can do the tabulation like this. We can add all these values in a single column. But if it is more than one joint, if it involves joint A, C, etc., then we cannot add all the values in the column. This cannot be done. Because it is only one joint, the stiffness of this joint is going to be the addition of this, this and this. Therefore, we are just doing in a single table. Otherwise, we can do the calculations, but we cannot add all the values, because suppose if we take joint C, we will be dealing with the CA, CB and CD. When we take up joint B, then we will take up BA, BC and BD. So, this addition will not be possible. You have to write down the equation for individual members. Suppose if you take joint A, then we have to write down the K value as AE by L for the member AB into cos square theta plus AE by L member AC into cos square theta plus AE by L into say for the member AD into cos square theta. If it is only joint A, we can add everything. But when we are going to deal with the joint A, one or two members in joint C, one or two members in joint D, then this addition will not be possible. You have to write down the equation and individually do the calculation. I hope the viewers can understand. Therefore, so this is different for other problems. Right. Now, coming to the equilibrium equation. So, AE into this value. This itself we can retain. So, this is K, right? K into U, namely U1 and U2 equal to minus of the force values are minus 40 and minus 60, x-axis and y-axis. So, this is the equation. Therefore, U1, U2 equal to U1, U2 equal. Actually, you have to write down the equilibrium equation and substitute all these values. Right. Now, AE, when it goes to the right hand side, this becomes 1 by AE into this matrix inverse into minus into minus 40 plus 60. So right hand side will become plus 40 and plus 60. Minus into minus will get cancelled. So these values I have not written here. These values we have to write here. Right. Therefore, this is equal to say inverse of this will be 1 by AE into 1 by determinant. Determinant is 0.1751 into 0.1952 minus 0.027 into 0.0427. So that value will be written here. This is the determinant. That determinant value, yes, that you can find out. I will give only the final calculation because we have done many problems. Actually, the determinant value will be 0.0324. 0.0324 will be 0.1751 into 0.1952 minus 0.0427 into so that value is this one. And here it is this value will go here and this value will come here. Namely, this will become 0.1952 and this will be 0.1751. These two will get the sign changed. Minus 0.0427 minus 0.0427. I think you will not be able to read very small letters. Anyway, since I am explaining, you can understand, and also this is known to everyone. 40 and 60. And I will give the final values. I am writing here and there. Therefore, on calculations, we will get U1, U2 equal to 161.91, 161.91 by AE is the first value, and 271.54 by AE is the second value. So these are the displacements. Actually, this displacement is the displacement delta in the horizontal direction. This is the displacement delta at D in the vertical direction. So that's about the displacement U1 and U2. They are the primary unknowns in the matrix stiffness method. Right. So after this, we have to find out the final forces. Once you find out the primary unknowns, namely the displacements, it's only a question of calculating the final forces. For that also, I will show one calculation. Other things the viewers can do it. Right. Member forces or final force in members. I will write it as member forces. We know that these members will not carry any force. This is dummy member, this is dummy member, and this is also dummy member. They will not carry any force. Now we want the force in a member dB, dA and dC. So we know the force in the member dB equal to So just closely follow the terms. You can easily write the equation for anything. So AE by LdB, AE by LdB into the displacements delta at the point D minus displacement delta at the point B. First D, second B. Second B in the x direction into cos theta dB. That is for the x direction. Similarly, for the y direction, delta D minus delta B in the same order. First D, second B. First x direction, then y direction. Delta D in the y direction, delta B in the y direction into sin theta dB. Same order. So that is the equation. This equation initially will look like a difficult equation. That is not the case. That is why I am just writing parallelly, mentioning. Right. Now this is equal to delta D in the x direction is 161.91 by AE. So this AE by L, AE is not available. Therefore, AE by LdB horizontal member, therefore 9 meters, equal to 9 meters into delta D in the x direction is 161.91 by AE. Now B is hinged, therefore no displacement in the x direction, 0 into cos theta dB. dB is this value, this is theta 180 degrees, cos theta equal to minus 1 into minus 1 plus second term delta dy. Delta dy is 271.54 by AE. 271.54 by AE minus delta B. Next is that of dB. For B in the y direction. For B, there is no displacement in the y direction. So that is also 0 into sin theta dB is 0. So into 0. So this is the value. On calculations, so this will become 0 and this will become, this into this will be minus AE. This is the only value, all other values are, it is only minus 1, that's all. So this AE and AE will get cancelled. Finally, you will be getting minus 17.99. Minus 17.99 kilonewton, or the force in the member dB equal to 17.99 kilonewton compression. So this member will be under compression. Mark the arrows towards the joint. So this is compression, 17.99 kilonewton, that is dB. Similarly, I will not do the calculation, I will just explain. Now here we have calculated for dB. Next member is that of dA. So here dB will become dA. Therefore, this is also dA. Here, first is D, second instead of B, this is A, dA, and this is also dA. And cos theta dB previously, now this is dA, this is also dA. That's all. That is a change. If this technique is known, you can write down the equation for any member. So for this, again, AE by L for the member DA is 10.817. This value is 10.817. Delta dx is same value. This value is same, 161.91. A, again it is 0. This is 0. Cos theta dA is minus 0.832. This value is minus 0.832. And coming to the y direction, it is again 271.54 by AE, 271.4 by AE into here into sin theta dA. Sin theta dA will be sin theta dA equal to minus 0.555. So it is minus 0.555. So next is only calculations. So the calculations will give this value equal to this on calculations will give you minus 26.386 kilonewton, or this is also 26.386 kilonewton compression. So dA, this is compression. So arrow towards the joint. So the value is 26.386 kilonewton. And similarly, we have to do the calculation by changing this as DC, and here also it is C, here also it is C, and here also it is C, and this is also C. That's all. If we change these values, D will be the same. It is DC. The next letter is that of C. So in the place of A, replace the terms by C and use these values in the third row. And you can do the calculation. We will find that PDC equal to 45.257 kilonewton. That is also compression. Therefore, this member is also under compression. This value is 45.257 kilonewton. That is also compressive. And actually, we can also check the values. That is, at this joint, find out the vertical component of this force plus this force will be equal to 60. 60 will be 45.257 plus 26.386 into this theta. That will give you the vertical component. We will find that sigma V equal to 0. Similarly, sigma H equal to 0. One is 40 towards left. So this is 17.999. So this is 26.386 into cos theta. Theta is some 36 something. Already we know the value. So the horizontal component of this force plus this force will be equal to 40. That we can check always. You can always check. That completes the final calculations. These are the final forces. So I think I have covered all the required points related to this problem and related to some general problem. I think this will be enough for doing a problem on a pin jointed trusses. So we have taken 2 examples on pin jointed trusses. I hope for the viewers this is more than sufficient for doing any problem on pin jointed truss, analysis of pin jointed trusses by matrix stiffness method, namely direct stiffness method. Thank you. Thank you for the patience.